So my plan is to send this video to you engineers, not through the original or the normal LMS Target Solutions assignment, but just through an email because I need to have some more informality here when I talk to you guys about some things. So one of the things that I need you guys to accept the responsibility for is to make these rig inventories your own. In other words, so that they actually reflect the actual, engine. Also, ambulance would be the case too. That's in the station. One of the things that we pointed out at Station 6 was that the uh, the the engine didn't even have any SCBAs that we were checking, and that was just an oversight on my part. So that is now corrected. Captain Longoria mentioned that. I'd like to talk to you about something that's true about any of these trucks and any of these engines, and it has to do with the frequency of how often we do the checks, and also your freedom to make some decisions along that line. So, for example, the SCBA checks, they just have to be done every day. And right now, the way we're rolling this out, every person is responsible for doing the SCBA checks and not just you. If you want to tell them, look, if you say it's okay, I'll enter the information in, so be it. But the SCBAs, they do need to be checked every day, whether you log it or not. What I really wanted to mention was that on the this is truck 6. There are some things, as you guys know, we just do every day. And so you can see from this schedule that every day this truck needs to have an operational readiness done. But it says Monday through Friday. This is that we don't ever want to list them Monday through Friday if it's a daily event. So things like this need to be corrected. And let me show you how we can go about correcting that. If I click on change task interval, I probably am going to have to do that per groups. I'm going to change the task interval here. And I want that task interval here to be 1 day still, which is what it says, but I don't want it to say Monday through Friday only. So by changing this, I am now switching this so that it says all of these things said that it needs to be done every day, not just Monday through Friday. Same thing with the rig readiness. I'm going to change that task interval so that it's not Monday through Friday only, and that it still needs to be done every day. And now you see that Monday through Friday thing was dropped off. So something that perhaps one of your engineers will be willing to do, go through and correct all of these that says that it's only to be done Monday through Friday. And to do that, you simply are going to click on, let's just pump function here. I'm going to click on that triangle there. I'm going to change the task interval. And when I do it, I still want this to be done every day, but I don't want it to have that yes box checked. And so when I click this save, it's going to go back to the no box, and you'll see that stuff disappears. So that's that information. The other thing is there are some things that need to be checked every day that right now are probably labeled to be checked once a month. So for example, all of that's every day needs to be checked. Attached to the ladder, this one right here, the O2, that's one of those things that needs to be checked every day, not just once a week. And so the way you're going to correct that is you hit the edit function, and then you're going to say that you want it checked every 1 day after the last scheduled date, and then you're going to hit save at that point. And now that O2 PSI needs to be checked on every day. Right now it's scheduled to be checked next on 6/10 because that was the original activation date for this. I'm going to change that so that it's really scheduled to be checked today. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go, let's see here, and I'm sitting right in the way. The way I'm going to go back to the edit, and I want to deactivate it, and then, oh, next schedule date. There we go. I'm going to say that the next time this is going to be scheduled is today rather than, next Monday. And now you'll see that it shows up. Oh, by the way, it hasn't been done today. That's what that 6.4 deal is. Other things are going to fall into that same line. So right now I have simplified things, and virtually everything on this truck is scheduled to be inspected only once a week, except for the rig readiness stuff. But you're going to want to go back through here and say, actually, we need to verify that that cell phone is not just checked once a week, but it's actually checked every day. And so to do that, I'm going to go to the edit again. I'm going to change the effective date to today, and it has remembered that I'm changing things to every day rather than every 7 days, so it recorded that. So one of the weird things is that even though the line item that I selected, it was saying that we need to check it every 7 days, this editing task remembered the last thing I did. It doesn't pull up what was actually on the on the check. So now the cell phone goes there. Other things that you're going to want to check every day: the fuel card needs to be changed to once a day, and then to activate that. The garage door openers, we'll want to make sure they're there. The helmet ID, the MDT. I am trying to put these MDTs in as assets, and in that case they would be checked in the asset column, but right now it's also listed here. Officer CBA, that doesn't even need to be listed there because the officer is checking his own CBA, so I'm going to disable that. I could just delete it. Portable radios, those radios are also being checked as assets now. I'm not positive if I've correctly assigned them to the truck, so I'll keep them in this category. But these are the things that you can come through and you can clean up to make your truck actually, reflect the way things are. I am pretty sure that they have removed that whisk broom from the list of things that even needs to be carried on the engine or the truck. So I'm going to disable it. If it turns out that you know that you got to keep that, you could enable that again. So the authority that I've given to you guys as engineers is to be able to function as an administrator over this part of the process. So I'm going to send you guys this email, this video in an email. This is more informal than some of the others. To the extent that you are willing to clean up this truck checklist, if you're on an engine, clean that thing up. What we could do is also mention something about our assets. So I'm going to go out here, and so the engine shows still 8 assets checked that need to be done. And that should include radios that would be on there. This is, I have no idea what that is, but I'm pretty sure that that is actually a water extinguisher. I believe that that's what that is. It's got the AED listed there. These are all, yeah, so you don't have both of these on. If you can ever verify which one of these that you actually have, just put it in comments and I can clean that up. The tick. And then this is the MDT that I believe is on engine 6. And so you are now doing the check and the verification of the MDT in an asset here rather than in the inventory. All right, hopefully that was not too confusing, and hopefully I've communicated a little more clearly some of the authority that you do have to make these rigs your own. If you change something and you're not sure just how radically you want to do it, you can disable things rather than delete them. If you know that they just need to be deleted, I would say it's yours to delete. If you say, look, we want to check this item every 7 days and it's listed as every 1 day, make that change. Just communicate with the other engineers how often you're now doing that check. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I have a limited amount of time that I can spend on this right now, but together I think we can get this PSTrax up and running.